Shalom to everyone. Today's video is a random video. I have no clue why I am led right now to turn the camera on and this mic right here for a video. But I will eventually find out the reason why. Sometimes you just need to go with the sails. Wherever the wind is blowing, it's good to just go with the sails. Don't fight against the current of whatever you're feeling. When it comes down to, the Bible and, trying to help others, usually it's not of your own, your own strength. It's just the will of the Most High. Like I said, this is just going to be some type of random video, and there you had it. I was talking to Sister Maria earlier about the chemtrails, how they are chemtrailing. I mean, in a real radical way. I mean, it's just, it's just crazy how they're doing that to the skies. I don't. This video is not going to be about chemtrails. I have enough of those. But like I said, maybe someone just needs to view this to understand that there are people in the world that believe the way you do. A lot of us, we fight with other people, not always physically, but spiritually, even of your own fold. So I guess this can be some type of encouragement video to give to those in the truth, and those that are not used to hearing what we talk, what we teach, in reference to the children of Israel and how we are scattered throughout the earth. But sometimes the things that you do hear and it sounds bizarre to you is true, because we're not used to hearing truth in this world. We're used to being lied to. I guess I can give a quick example, and I have to use this because it's, it seems like it's more prevalent now. If a woman is pregnant, and of course she's going to gain some weight, and if she asks, do I look a little thicker or do I look bigger? Some people will lie and say, no, you look just fine, it's okay, nothing's wrong. There's a few things wrong with that. You would say, well, no, it's okay to lie in a good way, but it's not. You can't lie to no one about anything. The best thing to do is what people would say is plead the fifth. I had a certain family member would ask me, how did this look on her? How did that look on her? Because she knows she's going to get the right answer, and I'm not going to, if someone asks me a question, I'm not going to lie just to make them feel good. You don't supposed to do that. All right. Now, if a woman is pregnant, women are going to be in their emotions when they're pregnant. So you don't say anything vulgar. You just be like, look, you're pregnant. Just be honest with people. That's the easiest way. You sweating trying to figure out something to say, and you twitching trying to figure out something. Now, just be honest and be like, look, you gained a little weight. You're pregnant. You're a little thick. You see yourself in the mirror. Of course you're a little bigger. And actually I've noticed that people will respect you more, and they will actually come to you with more questions and respect. You see what I'm saying? We have to be, everything you say out of your mouth have to be righteous. I mean, your conversations, the scripture says, let your conversations be of righteousness. Let me find that scripture. Hopefully this computer does not act crazy when I go on I have to say that because sometimes the processor slows down and then I'll have issues with the thing loading up. All right, let me go to the scriptures. See, I didn't know what this video is going to be about, but I'm going to hopefully upload this, and maybe some people can edify. Um, Let me find that scripture real quick. But yeah, as this thing loads up, um, most people think that you can say certain things to people to make them feel good, but you can't do that. It seems right, but uh, it's really deceit. It's a subtle way of deceit. All right, it will give off that vibe to that person. I mean, most of the time, people already know. I mean, if you uh, if you're dealing with you just got finished eating onions. I'm just giving small examples. If you just got finished eating onions and you be like, oh, do my breath stink? And you say, oh no, but you go tell a coworker, man, I didn't want to tell them, but that's backbite. No, yes, your breath is a little tart right now. Can you put some mint or just get a lemon or something? And you don't have to be disrespectful. Like, man, you're gonna burn the hairs out my nose or something. Things of that nature. You know, but I'm just giving out a little small. Of course, kind of this stuff is kind of like common sense. It should be common sense. All right. Let's go to Psalms 37, verse 14. And it says, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. So your conversation has, it's always got to be upright, which means righteous. Okay. Up to the right is Christ. Christ is at the right hand of the Father. So that's what that represents when it says upright. All right. I mean, it's just it's just something that we have to do. Let me show you another scripture. Philippians chapter 1, verse 27. It says, only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Christ. So eventually, if you're talking to someone, of course, you can talk to them about basketball, football, and then, you gotta be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. So you just come to that person like, hey man, it's good to talk about football. Let me show you some scriptures about what I'm going through and what I want to put together, and about the scriptures, about the Bible. That's how you safeway these people into conversation, because that's the main conversation. That should be your main objective. That's why Paul was able to go through different certain degrees of levels of conversation with people, and without them feeling that you're judging them personally. They will feel that you are trying to help them, which that's the whole plan anyway. Your whole plan is to help others, and you have to be your words have to be meek and humble, not brawlers. All right. Even Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22, it says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man. So your former conversation is the things of talking about how many girls you slept with. How brothers, we do that. You know what I'm saying? How many girls you done slept with, how many card games you done won, how many races that you've won in sports, whatever. I mean, if that conversation is bigger than the conversations of the Most High, I'm putting everything in order. Of course, talking about fornication is really what this is talking about, but everything in the aspect of the Bible itself, if it's not, if your conversations is mainly about the world, carnal things, the ways of the secular, then you're not, you know, it's not holy, of course. Okay, it says, Ephesians 4 verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversations, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. So the old man is corrupt. They want to talk about pornography, how much crack you can smoke, how many people you done laid down in the street 6 feet. You feel what I'm saying? Stabbing and killing and, you know, hustling and all that. You know, you got to put down that worldly man, that evil man. And then your conversation needs to be about the gospel. All right, let's go to Philippians chapter 1 verse 27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Christ, that whether I come and see you or else that be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel. So that's what our conversations need to be. We're going to come together, have meetings. How can we understand the Bible better? What tools can we use? How can we eliminate you know, certain issues and problems, and, you know, fasting and praying? That's what our conversation should be about. I mean, because you got to think that the left hand of Satan, the wicked ones, they come together to come against you with all the poisons that's in the world, all the agendas, and, you know, the FEMA camps, the FEMA coffins, and all these things were in a room discussed on paper with memos first. So Satan on his side know how to come together and have meetings. So the people of the Most High need to do the same thing. All right. If you go to Philippians chapter 3 verse 20. Now go to 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 12. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 12. It says, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. All right, so that goes for the small example that I gave in reference to, you know, how you believe a certain outfit look on a person. I'm not gonna lie if I don't like it. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm like, look, in my eyes, in my opinion, it don't become you. I mean, what, you gonna get mad and be like, well, nah, you're gonna respect my word and be like, go to someone else. If you want to find what you're looking for, which is a false statement, then go ahead and do that. Most of the time, people gravitate to those who want to tell them the truth. I know a co-worker right now that, and even though she's not 100% in the faith, you know, I talked to the young sister about certain things, but she would let you know the truth when it comes down to certain things. Like, even for an example, if it's a shirt, you know, I would kind of like test her to see, you know, how true people are. I'm like, hey, how you like my shirt? I don't like it. And I respect her. I can always talk to her because I don't like, you know, because once you're out of the box, you're going to gravitate to just truth, period. Even if they don't know 100% about the Bible and things, you're going to just gravitate to those who's going to tell you the truth. That's just how it goes. Integrity. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't need, you know, and then the small things, you know, about it's just a lot to deal with when it comes down to understanding the scriptures and living according to the Bible. You know, so there's a lot against the people that want to live holy. When I say people, I'm talking about the other nations and the children of Israel. Okay. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5. And it says, let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. So the Most High is not going to leave you or forsake you. Christ didn't have a place to lay his head. He even said, even the lilies of the fields, you know, Solomon, didn't dress as one of these. Solomon wasn't all arrayed and trying to look all, lavish. So we don't need to worry about this and that. And it says, let your conversation be without covetousness. So don't be jealous and, envy of someone because of what they got. You can look at someone and be like, hey man, I like your outfit, but you really got covetous speech. You want to go back to your man or someone else, be like, man, you think he look good or whatever because he got this on, or, this and that. People are very petty, man. And these petty sins, these little small cracks in their spirit can cause them to be possessed with a full-fledged demon eventually if they stay that way. All right. What people do, we call it a narcissist, sociopath, psychopath. That's the names of the scientific form of it, but it's really just demons that people need to let go of or be cast out. All right. First Peter chapter 1 verse 15. First Peter 1 and 15 says, but as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation. Christ is not going to lie to you and say that, oh yeah, your outfit looks great, and then in the back of his mind he really don't believe what he's saying, or there's no integrity there. He's lying to you. He's not going to have a deceitful comment, or you're not going to get that from Christ. You're going to get the truth, whatever you ask. And then what's going to happen, he's going to be like, why are you worried about how you look or how you feel? And see, that's the way, because it's futile. It's futile to be worried about what this look like, how big I am. And, if you need to lose weight, okay, if you too big, or even, a man know if he's this or that, he got a belt with 10 adjustments and the belt is at the 4th adjustment. I mean, come on, you need to lose some weight. You see what I'm saying? That's just common sense. But people kind of like, justify it, but like, no, don't talk. That can hurt their feelings. Well, sometimes some hurt and pain will get their behinds up off their butts and they go run around somewhere. I mean, you can't just be soft with people. That don't work. Is it working? No. You have to be tough sometimes in a good way. Christ was tough in a good way. When he told the guy, I like to use this example because it's tough for anyone to just leave their family and walk with a man with a robe and 12 other guys. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to think of it in that manner. What person today would, if Christ was to knock on your door today and be like, look, I have a job for you to do. I am the Son of the Most High. And he knocking on your door, and he said, I want you to leave everyone here and come walk with me. But no, I can't. Christ, hold up. I have to put a diaper on my kid first, or I have to. Now, of course, this is a little, people will say, man, Christ don't want you to leave your family and that. But this is the thing. What you have to realize is, a lot of times your family is the main people that will hold you down. I'm going to say that again. And I'm going to say it on a secular level. If how you open up a business? Or, matter of fact, let's just scratch that. Okay, maybe you will. I'm going to put it on another level. Let's say you win $1 million. None of these family members talk to you anytime, but they found out that you got $1 million and you won it. How many phone calls you going to get? Come on, let's be real. So my point is, Christ knows the spirit of these people that don't want to walk with him. See, what happened was, when you read, when the guy in Matthew's, when Christ said, come follow me, let the dead bury the dead. And, the disciple was like, look, let me bury my father. He knew that the people that was burying his father is dead as the father. It's tough to really kind of digest that, but that is what it is. Christ never held his tongue. If you go to Matthew 23, he was chawing down on the hypocritical Pharisees and scribes. You hypocrites, Pharisees and scribes. He wasn't playing with them. Christ wasn't no sucker. He wasn't a punk. You see what I'm saying? So people are not used to that mind frame. People would say that, man, that's disrespectful. You can't talk to people that way. You can't. Oh, well, let's read the Bible again so we can understand how you're supposed to talk to people. Your conversation is supposed to be righteous. You know, you know, who gives a hoot if it hurt their feelings? It's not about their feelings. The Most High don't care about your feelings. There's no scripture that you'll find that it says that the Most High will allow you in heaven because of how you feel. That's not written. He don't care about this life. This life is going to kill you. Your feelings, your emotions is death here. Your carnal mind is death. That's what I want people to realize. So when people, like to say, well, man, you're a little rough and that. I mean, not really me, but I've heard this on other, these talks about other people. Nah, they're just stern based on scripture. They're trying to help you. Toughen up. I mean, this is the thing. You'll go to an Army or Navy, the Marines or whatever, and boot camp and all that, they be talking to you like you're trash to toughen you up. Because you're eventually about to go to a war. So what war are we fighting now? It's a spiritual warfare between good and evil. So we have to be tough. Can't be no shabby people. Like I said a year or two ago in a video, the Most High is not looking for cowards. Cowards are not allowed in the kingdom of heaven. It goes for every man and woman. It's just like that. Hey. So, I guess I'm gonna end this video. I didn't really know exactly what I was going to get into. But I just knew I had to, turn on. I'm just following the spirit of the Most High. The only time you can do something of righteousness is based on the Most High. He uses, if we really pay attention, we kind of like close yourself away from all the distractions and the pacifications of your phones and your iPads and all those things. Kind of like just stay to yourself, and you can hear the Most High speaking into your spirit. All right, so there you have it. Love you all. This is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Let me say this before I go. Look for the Ustream video Wednesday, 8:00 p.m. I'm going to go into a real big topic, and the topic is big based on people need to learn how to read the Bible. That's why we have so many denominations in the Christian church. All right, not saying that they're hard, they're not trying, but a lot of times they just don't understand scripture the way it's compiled, the way the organization of the spirit of the scriptures. They're just kind of confused on the way to read it. So I'm going to go into a few passages on that. The title of it will be called How to Read the Bible. Okay. All right, there you have it. This is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Shalom.